I think it's a matter of there are stigmas, but the stigmas don't make sense because young people have been at the forefront of movements literally since organizing became a thing.
Board member of Students for Educational Justice, or known as SEJ.
SEJ is an organizing nonprofit. We have weekly Thursday meetings that comprises high school students here in New Haven.
So first off, welcome to SEJ's end of year celebration of 2019. So basically, SEJ meetings, we go over political organizing so we can get more versed in seeing how specifically racism and white supremacy work interpersonally, internally, and at the institutional level. So basically what we want to do and what we've been working towards is changing curricula and changing academia really so that it better reflects the lives and experiences of young Black students and students of color.
But in January we heard about a bill that was being proposed in the Joint Education Committee at the state level, so we hopped on that.
So the bill to be passed was a bill that would support African American Studies and Latinx Studies as a elective in classes.
So we jumped on it because we felt it was aligned with what our campaign was, and we wanted to make sure that it was done effectively and that it didn't become something that would hurt students rather than help them. We started working with Representative Gibson, who was the champion of this bill, to make sure that our amendments were heard, our voices were heard, student voices especially. We rallied a bunch of orgs around Connecticut, asked people to write testimonies for the first hearing that it was up for at the Education Committee.
Dear members of the Education Committee of Connecticut General Assembly, I'm here because I support Bill 7082 with Students for Educational Justice recommended amendments. This bill is important to me because every day I wake up and feel like I learn nothing but about the whitewashed history.
If we all have our own individual groups, we may be fighting for different things, but at the end of the day, we're all fighting for the same thing.
These bills are important to me because it should be a given that different groups of American society learn about their history and why things are the way they are.
I support this bill because it directly hits at the core of the racial disparities in America.
In order to escape oppression and misinformation, we must be informed, first off, of who we are and what we are.
My family doesn't come from here. I wanted to know about what was happening in other countries.
It's about the culture of African Americans, Latinx community, and it's a great opportunity for all of us to be informed, for all of us to have the knowledge of our history.
Okay, so I'll go through Hillary, and again, thank you guys so much. It's so important. And you guys gotta know, once it passes, you guys will be responsible for changing history. All right, so remember that. You guys did a really important thing today.
We did work with Representative Gibson and then Senator Doug McCrory, and we had so many people give testimony and present and speak their testimony at the Capitol in Hartford on March 6th. This is how we interrupt educational racism, by rallying behind bills like these. So by 2023, all high schools in the state of Connecticut must offer that course as an elective.
It felt to be a part of something so big is just, you start to wake up, you start to realize that you can make a difference, and one of the best memories is just the overall feeling of working hard to something that you really want changed.
I mean, when I first joined SEJ, I did not talk to anyone. Now I can do interviews, which is weird. It's definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone, but for the best.
And seeing all the magic that marginalized people have harnessed and continue to harness, that's what keeps me going. It's they can do it, I can do it. A history of race and racism would be the first of its kind, because knowledge is power. So if they have this knowledge earlier, they can start the conversation and they'll be equipped with tools needed to really start dismantling systemic racism and white supremacy.